I had a very nice 0 day yesterday at Woods Hole. Really a lovely place and amazing history. I think it's the oldest continuously running hostel along the AT, and just an absolutely beautiful property with a lot of love and care taken, and great sense of community in terms of just kind of asking hikers to help out a little bit if they're inclined to keep things running smoothly and keep the property in good shape. So not heavy work, but things as simple as, could somebody please change out the towels in the powder room, and just little things like that, helping with dishes, and it makes things work. So I think Neville's really doing a ton of amazing work as really a labor of love. And I think every hostel owner, it's a labor of love, because you certainly don't get rich running a hostel, and it's not easy work. So I am just so thankful for people like her and that are running hostels and keeping the doors open to give all of us hikers places that we can rest and relax. And yesterday was particularly wonderful because I was able to get a massage, which I haven't had in almost 3 months on the trail, and I'm sure needed it. So that was a blessing. And today I am hiking to Pearisburg, and then I will get picked up and actually taken back to Woods Hole to spend the evening. I hear that Rocky, who's doing work for Stay, is cooking an amazing carbonara meal, so I can't wait to have that. And then tomorrow I'll be hiking on from Pearisburg and hopefully meeting up with my friend Little Feet on Thursday to hike for a few days. So that'll be fun, particularly because I'm behind the bubble. And so it does get a little lonely sometimes. And we had a great time section hiking, and she wants to knock out a little bit more of the trail, so she's going to come up and meet me. And this section of trail has more rocks for me to navigate. And I was thinking about how when I started doing Georgia, I loved the rocks. I thought they were fun, and they certainly beat the roots. And I concluded that the AT is made up of 3 things: rocks, roots, and rain, aka mud. So I cursed these things up and down the other day when I was coming into Woods Hole. But I know I'm gonna need to learn to live with them, because certainly Virginia isn't the only rocky state that I have to deal with. So I'm thinking about that guy that just, I don't know if I mentioned it before, but he was just almost dancing across the rocks when he passed me on the way down 2 days ago. And I was like, wow, how can somebody do that? Well, I want to learn to do that. So I'm going to take these rocks as a challenge and start learning how to navigate better. And maybe I'll be skipping across the rocks someday. Look who I found on the trail this morning. I saw one the other day, and my first instinct was to pick him up and move out of the way like I would do if he was in the road, which I did do when we found one on the road on the way back to Quarterway Inn from Marion. But this guy's just chilling in the trail, and no reason to move him. I'm sure he'll go on his way when he's ready, as I'm about to do. After I got through that first stretch of rocks, I stopped at Doc Snob's shelter, and Polar Bear and Everywhere and Compass and another hiker were there. They had gotten dropped off at the trailhead before me, and were taking a break, and I stopped to get some water. Since I only have a liter with me, I wanted to camel up a little bit and then get some more to go on. It's been a pretty dry stretch, and there's not a lot of water sources between here and Pearisburg either. But now that I'm beyond that, the trail is really just very peaceful this morning. It's breezy. Not cool, for sure. It's super hot. Well, it could be hotter, but for the middle of June, it's pretty hot, but we've got some breeze, so that's making it feel a little bit better. And I'm really enjoying this bit of the walk. So I'm making good progress, moving pretty fast, and I'm hoping if I can get to town a little faster than I expected when Neville picks me up, I might be able to, or we might be able to get back in time for a yoga class, which I could really use. The massage was amazing, but I haven't had time for yoga. She hasn't had time for yoga either. She's been so busy running the hostel, but I know she did it the other day before I came in, and I'm hoping maybe she'll have time again today. So that would be pretty awesome. And also just wanted to mention, I finally got a new phone case. We realized that my waterproof case was causing a lot of issues with clicking and blocking the rear microphone and that sort of thing. So I hope that now with this new case, you all can hear me better. And I want to thank everybody for your patience that's been sticking with me, even if it's very frustrating, I know, to hear some of that on my videos, and I just haven't been able to edit it out, unfortunately. So hopefully the problem is solved. Here's a deer right up ahead of me on the trail. Good morning, deer. How you doing? Is it all right if I go by? Thank you. There's a rock with my name on it, just in time for lunch. And I've gone 6.2 miles, so I'm making excellent progress today. It is only about 12:15, so I'm doing great. Lunch today is leftovers from the Mexican restaurant last night. I had mixed fajitas, so I've got steak and chicken and vegetables and a couple of little pieces of bread that I snagged at the hostel after breakfast as I was clearing the table. Don't tell anyone. It's gonna be good. I've just come out of the woods to where there are some giant power lines and actually got hooks to show this as a view, which I think is kind of funny, but usually when the right of way is clear, there is a bit of a view. There's one down there. And if you follow this side trail over here, there's a rock. You can see the right of way going for miles and miles and miles and a nice view of the valley. So there is actually a view. I haven't felt like I've seen much of a view in a long time, so this is really nice. Here's an even better view than the one under the power lines. This has turned into a gorgeous day today. Pretty clear, you can see very far. And the mountains are so different than they were further south. They're so much more level. And just beautiful farmland below. I can see a big road down there. I don't know if that's an interstate or just a 2-lane highway there. And I'm not sure where Pearisburg is, but I actually have a feeling it's over that way if I just step down one more rock. I don't want to get too close to the edge, but down there through those trees. Looks like a little bit more of a town, so that must be the edge of Pearisburg. That's where I'm heading. Wow, what a gorgeous view. I just absolutely adore it. I have about 3 miles to go and I have reached Angel's Rest View Rock, which is this giant rock here, and I'm going to go up and see what I can see from the top. It's supposed to have a very nice view of Pearisburg, so I'm going to head that way and see what I discover. Well, these rocks were not Angel's Rest. They were the outcropping where I took this photo. And very, very pretty view, but everywhere was up there, and she was on a personal call, so I didn't want to bother her. I just took a quick picture and decided to move on. I'm eager to get down to the bottom, and water is scarce around here, as seems to be the theme for the past week, so I have a little bit left, but I'm very thirsty and would love to find a cold soda when I get down to the town, so that's what I'm in search of. I just met the most adorable group of women. They were sitting on some rocks in the middle of the trail, and they apologized for blocking the way, and I said, that's okay, just show me the way to the trail. And it turns out that they were all there celebrating this woman Diane, her 75th birthday, and what she wanted to do for her birthday was to climb up to Angel's Rest. So they were on their way, and they were having a nice little break with wine and cheese and nuts, and they offered me some, and I said, you know what, I'm just really dying for some water. And they happened to have some literally ice cold water, ice cold, it had ice inside it. Exactly what I needed. So thank you, Trail Angels from the Giles Mountain Winery. So may you be blessed on your hike, and in your 75 years, Diane. Congratulations. So happy birthday, and thank you again. I am almost to the end of my hike. I'm coming down towards the cemetery parking area, which is where I'm going to be meeting Neville. And I just looked over, and I just came from somewhere up there, and I thought, isn't that cool with the rocks and the trees? It's very steep. Just kind of neat. There should be a creek down there, but it's all dried up, like all of them right now.